die beat. Oceanisch diep. Schitterend. Baby Again, Fred Again, Skrillex en Fortet. Goedenavond. Ik ben heel blij dat je luistert. Want nu stappen we samen in de kosmos van Daughter.
We are the reckless, we are the wild youth. Chasing visions of our futures.
Dat zijn 3 Britten. Elena zingt, Igor speelt gitaar en Remy drumt. Dit nummer is Youth. Het was een nummer waarmee ze heel veel harten hebben veroverd 10 jaar geleden. Misschien ook dat van jou. Dan kwam album 2 in 2016. Elena heeft ook een soloalbum gemaakt in de tussentijd met haar project X-Ray. Maar dan werd het eigenlijk jarenlang stil rond Daughter. Tot nu. Want morgen komt een nieuwe album uit, Stereo Mind Game. Elena en Igor gaan een klein half uur meer radio maken voor u. Onder andere om het te hebben over de nieuwe plaat. En ze zijn hier over 3 minuten. Maar je hoort ze hier al. Daughter, be on your way.
I won't hold you back.
Dit wordt de mood deze donderdagavond. Gevoelig, teder en hartverscheurend. Be on your way van Daughter. De 3 Britten die ons al 10 jaar doen smelten. Morgen met een nieuw album komen, Stereo Mind Game. En je daar nu alles over gaan vertellen.
StuBru.
Radar.
Elena and Igor. Hi, hello, how are you doing?
Great.
Good,
Hi,
thanks.
how are you?
How are you?
I'm so honoured to have you guys here. So glad that you're back, finally, after 6.5 years. I'm not the only one. I found a couple of enthusiastic fans and listeners that want to welcome you guys back as well. Let's go.
Hi, Daughter. My name is Barbara, and I've been a big fan of your music for several years now. Your songs feel like a soft blanket to me, like sunbeams on a cloudy day. So therefore, I would like to say thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to discover more of this beauty.
Hey, Daughter to me is life, is love, it's the world. They're teasing all your senses, even the 6th, the 7th and 8th, and even the ones you don't know yet. I simply love it.
Hi guys, I saw you at Pick Up Pop 10 years ago, and I just wanted to tell you that it was the most honest show I've ever seen. We were all crying together, including you, so thank you for the beautiful music.
There you go, a radio hug
How
to
incredible.
start out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, thanks, Barbara, and the other 2 whose names we don't know. But that was super sweet. That means a lot.
That's what your music does. We just heard Be On Your Way, which was the first single that you released. It's such a gem. It's a song that's both heartbreaking and healing at the same time. I was wondering if you could tell me something more about the background of that particular song, please, of Be On Your Way.
Yeah, so Be On Your Way was kind of the first song that we really felt like was the start of us making this record. We'd have had a collection of demos and ideas, but really that was the first kind of indication that, like, okay, this is almost the direction that the record's heading in. And in terms of the story or that kind of theme, it's about distanced love and I guess the letting go of and saying goodbye, but also the kind of hopeful optimism that you may reconnect in the future.
I will meet you on another planet if the plans change. You have to be confident to write that, confident that you'll meet the other person again. How happy are you guys to release tonight?
So happy.
Yeah, really, really happy.
Yeah, I feel so proud of this record. I love this record. So yeah, I feel great about it.
I'm sure every single fan as well, the things we've heard so far, they're drop dead gorgeous. We're going to listen to a couple of things, the stuff that we officially have at this point. We just had Be In Your Way. Let's listen to Party right now, a gem as well. Could you tell me something about the background for this one? Because it's a personal, well, everything is personal, obviously, but this has a very specific background, Elena.
Yeah, so this song is about the moment in which I decided to not drink alcohol anymore. So it's talking about that experience. It's written years after that choice, so it's kind of reflecting back on an evening and kind of on a memory, which is not my favourite of memories, but it's also accepting and actually kind of positive reflection on the journey to up to now, and that for me that was the right decision. And yeah.
And how come all of a sudden it can click and you feel like this is the time to write about that? What was the catalyst for this writing process?
I think writing about it, it's interesting because I'd had like a few fragments of lines from the chorus. So, for fear that I'd forget the worst night of my life, or even worse, the best, is like I had that. And I think that was sitting in, my mind, or even physically in a notebook for a while. And it just one day, kind of the verse came, and I suddenly realised I was talking about that, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And then it kind of just weaved itself in. So it wasn't a conscious, I didn't think, oh, today I'm going to write about this. It just sort of like fell out in quite a sort of formed way, in a way. So I obviously had been sort of storing it in there for a while.
Beautiful. So you write in notebooks?
I write on, it sounds very organised, but it's like notebooks, phone,
It does, yeah.
phone, notes, voice memos, and just scraps of paper that are scattered. So it's actually not as organised as it sounds. It's kind of chaotic.
So if I were to open your bag right now, it's utter chaos. And if I went through your phone, it's like...
Oh, yeah. If you went through my phone notes, it would be like, what is this? Because it's just bits of... Sometimes I look through it and I'm like, what is that? Just like a line. I'm like, is that a lyric? Was I writing down a conversation? What is happening in here? So sometimes they come back and then they make sense. So.
And it turns out to turn into a beautiful song like Party. We're going to listen to it.
Michèle Cuvelier.
Studio Brussel.
Radar.
Goedenavond aan Charlotte, die zegt alsof ze nooit weg geweest zijn. Het is heerlijk. Freek stuurt ook in de app Daughter, de parel aan de al zo mooie radarhemel. Dankjewel, bloeit mooi. Dimitri zegt ook dat belooft, kan niet wachten op dat nieuwe album. Party van Daughter, net gehoord. Er is nog iets moois van dat nieuwe album van Daughter onderweg. En ik vraag ze straks ook nog om zelf iets op te leggen waar ze zelf fan van zijn. Dus sowieso heel blij dat je luistert. Want hier is het mooi. Nog altijd op bezoek, Elena and Igor from the band Daughter. Nice to have you around still. Lots of love for you and for your album already. There's one specific listener I want to introduce you guys to. She's called Laura.
Hi, with Laura. Finally, after 5 years, a new album. I've been so looking forward to this. The first 3 songs you've already released are so modest and pure. You can feel every song entering the deepest part of your soul. How did it feel to be back in the studio with everyone?
Aha. Big question.
Very good
so
question.
much.
Well, the thing is, Laura, we didn't end up all being in a studio together, partly because of the pandemic. So Remy recorded all of his drum parts separately from us. I think we made it work and it benefited the album in lots of ways in the end, but it was like, it was difficult.
But in a way also like the distance did seem very thematically, we were kind of writing about that in the songs as well. So it's sort of that thing of like how the process also strangely echoed the themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe even influenced the themes as well. So, yeah.
And also thanks for what you said, Laura.
Yeah, thank you.
Very
so
nice,
much.
yeah.
She's coming back later.
Oh, okay.
A very important follow-up question. Let's listen to Swim Back right now. Beautiful song as well. A little bit of introduction for those who are going to hear it for the first time, maybe.
Yeah. Swim Back. Probably the rockiest song on the album. Like just maybe the most sort of fun one to kind of like put together in terms of like just having a bit of a vibe to it. I don't know what I'm saying. I so happen to be singing the BVs on it, and yeah, it's kind of like we just see it as like one of the sort of more fun songs on the record.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a humour in it, a fun and kind of playful one, I guess, both sound and lyrically.
It is fun. It is playful. I'm going to press play. Let's listen. Daughter, swim back.
Studio Brussel.
Radar.
Er is geen betere plek om een grijze regendag af te ronden dan in het universum van Daughter. Welkom, we zitten er middenin. Daughter, dat zijn 3 Britten die hartverwarmende indie maken. 2 van de 3 zijn op bezoek, maken mee radio voor jou. Dat is Elena, de zangeres, en Igor, de gitarist. Want morgen is het zover. Hun nieuwe album komt uit. Stereo Mind Game.
StuBru.
Radar.
Thank you so much for sticking around for this little half hour of radio in Belgium, Elena and Igor. I've got a last question from Laura that you just met. Here she is again.
10 years ago, I saw you guys for the first time in Brussels. For me, it was one of the most intimate shows I've ever seen live. Is another tour planned with a new album? Please say yes.
You're obliged to say yes.
We don't have any touring plans at the moment. I'm sorry, Laura.
None?
No.
Why?
I just think we just wanted to take things pretty slow with the release of this album, and so we just haven't sort of planned anything for now. And you know, never say never, but just not for the moment.
That doesn't mean we'll never play a show again. So hopefully, Laura, we will see you.
I hope so, because she's shat it on the floor somewhere.
Oh.
Laura, thank you so much though for what you said about time. We have wonderful memories of our shows here, so it's also just very lovely to hear that, and thank you.
Laura is amazing. Every time I play you guys on the radio, there's a message from Laura. She listens to a lot of radio as well, so that's good.
Cheers, Laura.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys the final question. Since we're making radio and since we've heard a lot of beautiful tracks from you guys, I was wondering if you could, pick something to play on the radio, an inspiration, something that you guys listen to a lot whilst making the record, something that's a current obsession, an all-time favourite. Anything goes. Your pick. What song would be nice to play on Studio Brussel right now?
Good question.
Yeah,
The biggest question.
We'll definitely have to edit this bit in. Do you have something?
So Igor, actually, you were saying only this morning to me that there was a song that you were listening to a lot when we were making this record.
Yeah, maybe there's a K Tempest song that I really like. K Tempest, they have a song called Fire Smoke, which is just gorgeous, and it would be great to hear it.
Nice. Yeah. Any particular reason why K Tempest is on your radar?
Well, they've been on my radar for quite a long time. I've really liked a lot of their music, but just Fire Smoke is just like next level. It just sounds so warm and very, very beautiful lyrics, and it just gets me every time.
All right. Thank you so much for picking that one. I'm going to play, and I'm going to thank you guys so much for passing by. Have a lovely release day tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys live soon. Yeah. I know Laura and everybody else is really waiting for the day. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Igor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thanks to everybody for doing those lovely...
Studio Brussel.
Life is music.